Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, MIL doesn't appreciate the fact that I dress well and always have a snarky comment to make. MIL and the white dress. Mother-in-law cleaned the room while we were away. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. MIL doesn't appreciate the fact that I dress well and always have a snarky comment to make. Dressing well is very important to me. It directly affects my confidence and my mood, and in my home country, Brazil, it is seen as sign of politeness and respect towards others. Unfortunately, that seems to be a problem for my American MIL. She always has a comment to make about my clothes, heels, nails or makeup, and it's starting to affect me. When she sees me doing my makeup, she makes sure to let me know she doesn't wear makeup and that she has no patience for it. If I get my nails done, she grabs my hands to take a closer look and tells me that nail polish doesn't last on her nails and that she would never paint hers the same colors as mine, red, because she only likes muted colors. Last time she visited, we live in different states, she asked me out of nowhere if I don't own any pair of pants. I let her know that I find pants incredibly uncomfortable, so I prefer skirts and dresses unless I'm working out/outdoors. Every time I finish getting ready, she looks at me from head to toes. Yesterday she said, "Great. Now you make me feel like I have to change my clothes too." And later that day, as I was changing my shoes to heels to go out for dinner, she tried to discourage me and pointed at her feet in rubber flip-flops and said, "Girl, I'm wearing these." The worst part are the disapproval stares. Today we went to the birthday party of my husband's nephew, and as soon as I arrived she looked at me like she would choose violence if there wouldn't be repercussion. The whole family was wearing matching t-shirts for the birthday, but they chose to leave me and my husband out for a reason. If they have offered to make me a t-shirt, not only would I have paid for it, but would have worn that thing. My husband was super upset about the whole situation. I just feel really bad. Every time I choose an outfit, I get anxious about what comment my MIL is going to make. And the whole staring thing is taking a toll on my confidence and making me feel really inadequate. PS1, before someone assumes anything, I never make any remarks about what she wears, which is always jeans and a t-shirt, unless she asks me. I always compliment and say she doesn't need to worry and that she is fine. PS2, I always do my best to dress modestly and appropriately for each occasion. It's not like I'm embarrassing her in public or wearing short skirts. Edit, I went to change my shoes to heels again today and she told me to just WAT flats. I told her, pointing at her flip-flops, "You are happy wearing this." "I am not happy wearing this. It makes me feel bad," and then she shut up. I feel great. But guilty. But great. But also guilty. Ha ha. She is just massively insecure about her own appearance, and to make herself feel better about it, she is tearing you down. You could wear a burlap sack and she would criticize you. Guarantee. Does your husband know that she is giving you anxiety with her comments? I let him know today. He always stands up for me, but he thinks his mom does not mean to be rude about this and just wants me to be comfortable. I stood up for myself today though, and it felt great. Laughing face. The world would be a boring place if everyone was identical. Otherwise, can your DH say something in the moment along the lines of, "Why are you being so weird and judgy?" You do you, let her do her, everyone's free to be themselves. I'm sure it would really piss her off if you kill her with kindness. Like, you could definitely wear red nail polish, it would suit you so well though. All you need is a clear coat on top and it will last. Then get her a cheap clear top coat as a gift. Haha, she'd implode. Sounds like she's jealous of your effort and good looks. Like when she says, "Girl, I'm wearing these," joke that she should treat herself and make it a special occasion with heels because they'd look so good on you. Alternatively, be snarky back and say, "I can't wear muted colors as they wash Brazilian girls out, and I take pride in M outfits," with emphasis on the I ha. Good luck. This is what I would do. Let me know when you want a little makeover, you might feel really pretty. Don't dress yourself down for her. Keep wearing the clothes you like and wearing makeup and nail polish. One thing I've learned during my almost 30 years on this planet is that people who constantly make comments about your appearance are very self-conscious about theirs. They feel the need to make you uncomfortable because they're uncomfortable. I was really considering dressing down, but you are right. Thank you for your comment. I'm 100% sure you have a Brazilian saying that means the same as I, there's nought so queer as folk, which means we're all different and seem odd to each other. This repeated serenely without variation could become as irritating to her as she is to you. You might like this, male. You probably don't realize that you comment on my clothes, makeup, grooming, appearance every time we meet. What's going on with that? Listen to any answer or denial, then continue. It's making me self-conscious. I need you to stop from now on. Can you do that? What would happen if you shouted to DH, honey, she's doing it again? And he said, Mom, we talked about this. Stop commenting on OP's appearance. It's rude. It makes her self-conscious? I also particularly enjoy my own mother's passive-aggressive, is that what you're wearing to go out? Oh. Okay, but you aren't looking for retaliation. I hope those help. Jealousy, your MIL is a selfish grub, don't let her drag you down, that is what she wants. Go live the dream, flaunt it, and make sure MIL knows you got better style than she ever will. It may not be a lack of appreciation. It may be a lack of self-confidence on her part. Saying she has to change means she feels like she needs to come up to your standards. Saying she has no patience for makeup means, wow, look at you. I don't have the patience to take the time to do that. I'm a Southern girl. I don't go out without my hair and makeup done, and I prefer to dress a particular way. My MIL was from the North. She preferred being comfortable. She didn't wear a lot of makeup, didn't fuss with her appearance, and was floored by the fact that I routinely got money/pedis. She often commented on my appearance, but the nature was not her being mean. She would make comments saying she could do all of that, but it wasn't worth it to her because she wouldn't look like me. She thought I was attractive and she wouldn't be. Her comments were from a place of insecurity in herself, they weren't directed against me. Perhaps your MIL is the same. Next time she voices her opinion on your appearance, stare at her and say, who asked you? I wish I had the balls to do this, ha. Or MIL, your constant comments about my appearance will never change how I choose to dress, but they do show your insecurities and jealousies. I think it's because you want some helpful tips on how to put together a fashionable outfit and feel good about yourself too, right? She's jealous because you're gorgeous and glamorous and you're married to her son. You don't have to please her, only yourself and your husband, who obviously finds you fabulous. I'm also someone who loves clothes and makeup and personally feel it's a huge pity that society is regressing to this over casual, sloppy aesthetic. I mean, look back to the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. They looked amazing. So be fabulous, my darling, and don't let a miserable old hag dim your shine. Fact is, even if you wore her uniform of jeans and t-shirt, you'd still look glamorous and beautiful because glamour is a mindset. Shine on. She's jealous and she's insecure. Don't let her make you feel inadequate at all. In fact, if I were you, I'd start acting as if her stares and her comments don't affect me. She'll eventually feel stupid. She's being very childish and she doesn't deserve to have the power to make you feel bad about yourself. Right? MIL should just book a nail appointment and get over herself. If she feels competitive with OP, maybe it's a signal that she wishes she could dress better. SMH. MIL and the white dress. No, this isn't the stereotypical wedding post. She went with red and a little too slinky for our wedding, but I digress. Yesterday DH and I went to a state fair with his mom, who is usually mildlyno, might have veered into JustNoMil territory yesterday, and her fiancé. MIL wore a white dress, which would not be my choice for an all-day outside outing with dirt, farm animals, and greasy food, but whatever. When it came time for lunch, we all got our food and sat down on some bleachers as the tables were packed. MIL was sitting above me. She was sharing something with her fiancé, and I guess he had the container it came in. I did hear him make a comment about her leaning over and she is going to fall, and she said she did not want to get her dress dirty. A couple minutes later I hear OF*CK and feel something in my hair. She was eating over my head, and when she got to the end the shell broke and hot sauce all in my hair. She apologized lamely, and her excuse was she couldn't get it on the dress. At this point I wanted to drag her by her hair and throw her in with the pigs, but I excused myself to clean my hair. MIL came with me, gave another half-assed apology, and then told me I'm too pale and look sickly. I'm okay. She then held out her arm to, I guess, prove that she is tanner than me. We aren't even the same race, but whatever. At this point I didn't want to deal with her. She also told me I shouldn't have worn a crop top because apparently I was bloated. Lady, you shouldn't have worn that white dress. Karma is a B*TCH though, because at the end she bounced on her unsuspecting fiancé's lap and his whole beer spilled on her. She made a comment about the wedding being off and then said, just kidding, she likes his money. LOL, his 2 kids were there, and already hated her enough before that comment. I'm still pissed as I had to walk around feeling gross for hours when she already makes me feel like shit. Oh wow, that would be the last outing I went on with her. Yeah, this is definitely JN. She used your hair as a napkin. She called you bloated and sickly because of your skin color. I would 100% have my husband ream her a new one for all 3 of those things. He would have stood up right there and asked her if she'd lost her mind. And he would also let her know that if she can't be respectful, then we won't be seeing her. And BTW, my husband doesn't even really have a shiny spine. But this is so far past a little thing, this is blatant. I'm sorry, but eating over your head was beyond the pale. It was her trying to see how awfully she can treat you and get away with it. And she learned apparently there is no limit to how badly she can treat you. That's why she then followed it up with 2 insults to your appearance. She was having fun by being cruel to you. She could have gotten a napkin, eaten over her purse, or asked her fiancé if she could eat over his lap. She could have eaten to the side of her, so it would only go on the bleachers. But no. She decided to literally use your hair as her napkin. There is absolutely no way to write this off, to justify it. She was being as disrespectful to you as possible. Please, do not let this slide. This is absolutely atrocious behavior. Have your husband watch Mean Girls. Because that's exactly how his mother is behaving. Like a high school bully towards his wife. Why bother with the fair? You can see a prize-winning cow just by looking at your MIL. Wow. What a cow, and I mean that in the British sense as in utter B*TCH, nothing to do with her size or looks. OMG. Definitely just no. I would have gone home to wash my hair. Did the hot sauce irritate your scalp? She's awful. Mother-in-law cleaned the room while we were away. My partner and I live with his mother. While we went on a 2-day trip, she decided to come into the basement and clean our room. She used to clean our washroom and we expressed to her that it's our job and we don't want her cleaning our bathroom. Despite this statement, she still went and cleaned the washroom. The room we have is the only thing I have control over in this house, my belongings, my privacy, my sanity. I understand it could be deemed as a nice gesture, but when we've been vocal about wanting our privacy and she still crosses that boundary, I don't know how to feel. I've had many issues with his mom before. She oversteps boundaries, likes to be the center of attention, and the other day she stood with a robe-like dress open in her bra and underwear in front of me and her son. I think she desperately wants us to move out and is doing everything possible to ensure that happens. My partner doesn't see a problem with her cleaning the room, he actually could care less. I feel like I'm losing my sanity living here and I can't do it for much longer. How long have you lived with her and how long are you or your partner planning on living with her? OP wrote, I think she desperately wants us to move out and is doing everything possible to ensure that happens. No fault of yours, but this very well could be true and she wants her home back without roommates/guests. Regardless of how your partner feels, for your own mental health you should move and get your own place. I've been living with her for just under a year. I didn't plan to live here this long. I was hoping we could move out and rent somewhere, but my partner lost his job and I was financially supporting us both while also in school and I couldn't afford to pay rent along with the other bills. I think the best decision for me would be to move back in with my mother. My partner doesn't see the issues with his mom and it's not up to me to change his perspective. Why did you decide to live with her? That never ever works out. I wanted to be closer to our dog and my partner. I felt like we had shared custody of the dog and I wanted to be there day by day to raise her. I thought since we spend most of our time in the basement there would be enough privacy. At the time, I really enjoyed his mom's company and I had no problems with her. Within the last 5 months a lot of things started unfolding. Just checking, but does she have an unnatural sense of obsession towards her son? Pretty sure she does. I've observed some things that she's done and he's fed into that have been skin crawling. I think it's a mutual obsession. I think you need to pack up everything and go stay with your mom. So needs therapy to see how messed up this is. If she's doing this on purpose to get rid of you, there's really no point speaking to her. So has a choice. You sound just about at the end of your tether. Please go and give yourself some space. You can reset, decide what's important. My so doesn't see a problem, he needs therapy. I truly have reached my breaking point, but the only thing keeping me here is my anxious attachment towards him and the dog. He insists on living with me and my mom or even coming with me, but the space is way more confined there. I've separated myself from situations before and went to spend time with my mom and he's been unloyal during those periods. Take the dog and run. Free is never free. Move out, even if it's just to a studio apartment until you can afford something bigger. Also, when you get married, remember how she dismisses your boundaries if you have kids. Shut her down now if you want to stay with this guy. He also needs to learn to put your feelings ahead of his mom's and to respect your boundaries too. Don't wait for a partner that has no problem with his mother invading your privacy. You will be much better off enjoying the peace and privacy of your own home. I believe it should be a basic human right to have one place that you can feel safe. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I wish my partner understood. Why are you with this cheating mama's boy? You know he will cheat if you aren't there. You know he's happy living in his mother's basement. You know he doesn't love you like you love him. Why don't you love yourself enough to see how toxic this relationship is? If you can see a counselor and work on your self-esteem, time to move back home and put yourself first. Is he even working now? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.